That was tough.
I don't know if he died after we got off the phone on
Sunday.
Thursday or did he die on Sunday when we got home? Because I
He died
remember
last
like
Sunday.
texting y'all that day. Because I remember texting y'all like, yo.
Oh, yeah, it was the same day that
Did
we
you guys
recorded.
know
You're right.
that? I mean, when I text you.
Nah, when you said he got shot, when you first sent it, I'm like, damn. But you know, I'm thinking like
He'll probably pull
Right,
through.
yeah.
And then, you know, stuff started unfolding, and it's crazy. I was reading an article the other day, or Friday actually, and it was saying his brother got there. He got the
Right, I saw that.
He
Yeah.
got there before the paramedics. He said when he got there, he was still alive.
Yeah, I
He
saw
was
that.
breathing real
Until he
hard.
saw the gunshot.
Yeah, he said he called him.
Yeah, he said he thought he was cool.
He called him to tell him that he got shot.
Oh, I didn't.
That's why he ran down there.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah, he was able to call him and tell him that he got shot. And that's what his grandmother said. He said that he called him. Yeah.
Wow.
He was at his grandma's house. The brother called and said he just left out. He didn't take a shower. He didn't do nothing.
Sammy. Yeah, that's
And
his
so when
name.
he got
Wow.
there, you know, he was there when he died. So
That's
that's
tough.
how, yeah.
That's tough,
Yeah,
man.
and then one thing we was kind of talking about was like, man, you could tell, and this is what I thought at first initially. It's like, man, you could tell how far removed he was from the game, like, for the simple fact that nobody had no guns on him. But it's like, I think the reason that they didn't have guns, from what his brother was saying, was because Nipsey, he hired felons.
Felons, right.
So
I heard
they
that
can't
too.
carry guns.
Right.
You know, he trying to hire fellas to get them jobs. They can't carry guns, so when nobody strapped, his brother was like, if I was there, I would have been.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
But still, not one person. I mean, this is.
I've been saying that too all week.
But
Like, not one
if you hire
person?
fellas, especially in you in that hot spot like that, where they already used to mess with Nipsey and them. Like,
Yeah.
Nipsey brother done got arrested out that store. Nipsey done got arrested.
Really?
At that
Yeah,
store.
they
Yeah.
said that, yeah.
Yeah, they used to mess with him a lot. So it's like, man, you don't even really want to take that chance of
Having them catch you.
but you still in the hood.
True.
That spot is in the middle of the hood. Like,
Yeah.
I went to the spot. it's in the
Yeah, I
middle
remember
of
when
the
you went
hood,
there, because
like,
that was over the summer, right?
yeah,
When you went there,
it's
yeah.
in the middle of the hood. Like, even when I was there,
Crenshaw and Slauson.
I was tripping because I had on some red shorts.
See, and you just try to make sure that you didn't wear the wrong color.
I didn't.
Did
no,
you really
that's a
think
crip.
like that though?
Yeah,
No, I
it's a
didn't.
crip.
Look, I didn't realize it until I got there. Like, I had on the red shorts. I just had it on already. And then I get there. I'm in the store and some dudes walk in.
Swear to God.
Me and my boy, the only ones in there shopping. So the dudes walk in. They just kind of, just walking around. You could just feel the energy. Like,
Wow.
you feel they try to check out, see what I got going on.
Wow.
See?
And then when I was walking out, I actually saw his brother, because they at that time they had owned that cell phone shop next to it, and his brother was at the cell phone shop.
His name's Sammy, right?
Yeah, Black Cell.
You saw the brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bro, it's crazy too because I was talking to Sid and all of my friends, all week because I've been trying to put all this stuff together because it's crazy. But I get frustrated too when we see gang banging, in Atlanta or like wherever, and people think that it's crazy. But just like what you said, and I try to tell people this all the time, LA is completely different. Like if people think that
it's not like it's not like I'm not gonna say pretending. I'm not gonna say that because I think
but
that
it's not at the
everyone
same
thinks that
level.
it's real. It's at a level
it started
that's
there.
beyond
It's a
right.
lifestyle.
It
It's a
started.
It's-
There you
it's-
go.
it's-
It started there.
When I say
right.
when I say gang culture, I mean like your grandfather, your father,
Family, like
your family, generations of your family.
That's all you know. That's why I've been getting mad, throughout this week with some people trying to think that, like they out here being a Crip, being a Blood. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But I think people don't understand with Nip how this situation is or even where he came from, because I think that's why my respect for him is like at this level, because this man was literally where all that stuff started at. He made it through that.
Right.
And just like what you said, Jay Black, speaking to that same thing, by the shorts you was wearing, people
Right.
was already trying to see, hey, what is he on? Is he a Blood? Like, is he in our own little neighborhood trying to start something? And two, it's like, I remember Big Boy, when he was interviewing Nipsey was talking about as a kid how his grandmother would tell him, you can't even wear certain color shoestrings outside. His grandmother, like you said, it's a lifestyle. Yeah. So that's why my respect for Nip is so strong, because he made it through something like that. In Atlanta, even if you gangbang, you can't tell me that you didn't have, or that you have conversations like that.
Right.
Or that, you
Yeah.
can't wear certain colors.
Right,
Or,
you don't
or
feel
people
that
from
in
Atlanta
Atlanta.
ask where you from.
You don't feel that
Yeah.
anywhere else. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, gangs are everywhere. It affects our culture in many different cities. But it's not like it is in LA. I don't think people understand that.
Exactly.
One thing, like when I was out there, like one of my cat, he'd been living out there for a minute, so he was able to learn. Like he had no choice but to learn like the different,
Right.
You know, how the lifestyles, to know what to wear. And he was telling me like, just because you wear, like, say if you got a blue hat on, it's a certain hat that you wear that you know you Crips. So like the Crips, and I started noticing it too.
It was like Georgetown or something.
Nah, well,
Like
I don't
New
know.
York
That might be-
Yankees?
nah,
I've seen them with that on.
It's like the Seattle Mariners. If you got, and
that's-
people's not wearing those hats.
Hey, I gotta stop.
You feel me?
What?
And like,
That's one of my
if you
favorite
notice-
hats.
Oh, you have that on.
If you notice Nipsey back in the day,
Yeah, he
was
did
always
have on that Mariners hat.
in the
Oh,
Blue Jays, the Toronto
man.
Blue Jays, with them like different teams that they know a lot of people they're not popular teams that people
Right,
gonna wear.
so they're gonna be wearing the
So
hat.
they'll
come to
know.
LA,
Wow.
they come to LA and you got that on.
Wow.
They gonna oh, you in the game, like they go. That's basically identifier in a sense.
So
Wow.
that's okay. So that's what I need.
That's very interesting.
That's the part that I need y'all to understand about, like maybe me. And I think we could learn a lot about this. We're gonna talk more about it, but just from the beginning, when you first found out that he got shot, the whole energy shifted. Like you could tell that he was somebody that had a very, very strong influence on a lot of people. But as far as like the gang culture goes, like what y'all are talking about, I knew nothing about that, and I'm not familiar with the gang culture. So when all these conspiracy theories started coming around, I'm
That's
just
why I
like,
get mad.
everybody. Yeah, it started to make me mad because I'm like, some parts of the gang culture I'm not really familiar with. So I'm not going
Right.
to start speculating, because once we start speculating, that's the direction that the investigation is going to go in. And I don't want it to be misled just by speculation.
There you
Because
go.
as a people, if the investigation had gone in the wrong direction, then we would have had to step up and say no. You know what I mean? And bring attention to where we think that they should be.
But my thing too, at the same time, it might sound bad that I'm about to say this, but I'm kind of glad that they putting these conspiracies out there. I'm even glad that the Darden guy hopped on the case, and I say that because it's gonna make us continue to talk about Nip. We're gonna continue to talk. It's basically helping his legacy live on. You feel me? Because if it was just cut and dry, we know he murdered him. They put him in jail. I feel like it would have got swept in a couple of weeks. It's gonna get swept under the rug.
Start to
We're
forget
gonna
about-
move on as normal.
Yep.
Just like with Pac, like I think the reason Pac he kind of lived on for so long is because
Because we kept the conspiracies.
because his murder
right.
is unsolved.
Right.
We're still looking
Yeah.
for those answers. We're still looking for those
So
answers.
when
We got
Nick-
even TV shows on that Unsolved
Yeah,
that came out
exactly.
last
So,
year.
but see, what the thing that was different about this was they already said from the door that they knew who the guy was.
So fast too.
But
It was
but
so
but
fast.
but it makes sense now
Yeah.
because there were so many witnesses.
Who saw it.
So you know,
Yeah.
because when the video came out, you could see how many people were just going about their business
Mm-hmm.
normally in the parking lot. Even him and the two guys that got shot.
Yeah.
That were there with him, and I'm just like, yo. Are the other two guys okay? Because as the days went on, we found out that he died, and we immediately started. But like, are those other? Has anyone
Yeah, I
heard
think
about
they got
those
right out
other
of
two
the
guys?
hospital. I
Okay.
think they
But
went
so
in
they
and
would
got
be
right out.
witnesses, though.
Yeah, they
So
would be.
that's what made
And
it
that's
more
why I think
credible.
Somebody put up a post about the street code about snitching and all
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All that gotta change, bro.
You feel me?
All that gotta change.
Because this
It
guy
has
was
to.
in the same gang as.
same set, which is even
I don't know
smaller.
what that.
So I mean, not
Yeah.
like we experts or anything,
Right.
but huh? Oh, you talk about net,
What gotta change?
huh?
I heard you. I came in.
Oh yeah, like when it comes to us not talking sometimes, like with
Well,
a situation
when
like
people
Nip,
say snitching, like,
Well, and
you know,
two-
with the street code with snitching, that's what he's saying. Like, at what point do you say, yo, we need to say something? Never.
Never.
so even in a situation like this, where and look, at the same time, I get it.
Y'all
With
know who the snap snitching is for? It's not for the. It's not for people like you. It's not for
yeah,
people like
civilians, and it's not for that.
Stop
It's for the
snitching.
people that's
It's
actually in it.
gang Culture. It means if you're doing a crime with your friends, you don't.
Oh,
snitch-
yeah,
you
no,
don't-
that
that's what
absolutely
stop
not,
snitching is
right.
for. That's what it's from. It's not.
I
for
mean,
nothing else.
Right.
It initially stop snitching. Right.
what it
It
still
was
means.
like if you was a part of it. And then you get caught, don't rat everybody else
That's
out.
all
But
it
if you
means.
had nothing to do with it and you're a victim or a witness with the victim,
gotta say something.
what
Stop
you
snitching doesn't apply to you, and everybody everybody knows that.
Well, at a certain,
I don't
well,
think
at the same
everybody
extent, I
knows
was just
that.
gonna
People
say
that,
that.
Yeah.
that they talking to know that. Like, that's people who matter in the whole stop snitching culture. Everybody else is chiming in on what they think. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
I
But
feel it.
The reality of it is everybody in the. That's why they say. That's why gangsters can sometimes help out on certain situations. You know, when it's dealing with the community. You know what I mean? there's no snitching don't apply. Somebody's grandma just got killed, so it's like, you know what I mean, or something else because that had nothing to do with
Right.
you know, with the situation.
Well, that's what we need to clarify, and I think that's what he's saying. People need
Yeah.
to understand that stop snitching doesn't apply to you if you wasn't a part of it. Like the dude that's in jail right now, the little rapper with all the rainbow hair, the one.
6ix9ine.
So he
yeah.
snitched on the people he was with, like the people
That's
that were
different,
actually.
right.
That is like that's
because he actually had a hand in
Right.
it.
You
But
have a
see,
hand
Right.
in
If you got a
something,
hand in
and
it,
to
don't
get
tell.
yourself a
Right.
lesser statement.
That's what they're saying.
You're getting a lesser. You were there for the crime. You was there. All of that.
You gotta do the time
and
for
so
it.
for a lesser sentence, you decide to make your friends get a higher sentence, or people that was involved.
So.
Like, that's what we were trying to. Well, that's what they was asking.
So yeah, so this
Like, you know,
in this
niggas that was with
situation,
it,
the girl.
should they come out and snitch? Would they be wrong to come out and snitch? And that's what we were saying. No, the dude they seen. You know the dude.
Eric Holder, allegedly who killed Nip, right? So
So the people in the parking lot that saw this, and the guys that got shot with him, because you know he's not the only one that got shot. Should they have told?
Code is street code.
I feel it.
So that means that they have their own way of handling things.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand
so it's
that.
like, if
But that
you
didn't
if
happen.
You ain't street code, then you don't follow street code rules.
Now,
But I
Izzy,
think-
but this is the one issue in this. In that I respect it because especially with a culture as strong as LA where all that started, you deal with your own. I get that. But at the same time, when we have somebody like Nip who was murdered in this public place in front of people, at the same time, people, although was not for civilians when it's just for them about don't snitch, even civilians take on that same moniker where it's like, I'm not going to say nothing, or you feel intimidated to say something. So what we were just saying, where does it come where somebody has to finally step up and say, hey, I know what happened?
Because the people on the ground, on the internet, were calling for the girl to go to jail, or calling for
Right.
the girl that was driving the
Getaway driver.
car to get shot or go to jail. But what we not thinking of is she's the greatest witness to this whole thing, and she can say she's the first person that he interacted with after he did what he did. So why would y'all shoot her or get her, you know?
when she can
When
actually
she
provide
can
information.
provide information to
Right.
tell them, like, yo, he hopped in the car after she got arrested. She said she didn't know that that's what he did before he hopped
got
in the
no
car.
statement. I don't
Whether
know
she
nothing
knew
about
whether she knew that or not, everybody is calling for her head because she was with him. But
Right.
she's the perfect person to come out and say at court, yo, he did that, right?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Y'all
I
wanna
feel
go
you.
to jail?
Huh?
Y'all think Wall should go to jail for the rest of his life?
Eric Holder?
Yeah.
If he did it,
That's,
yes.
that's what y'all. If y'all were the judge.
Did-
Well, here's the thing, and it makes everything very complex because even if he goes to jail for the rest of his life, he's not gonna make it because of course he will be killed.
We're not asking that.
Right.
He's
We're not
already
asking that.
in-
I'm asking y'all as the judges and juror right now because y'all stating what y'all believe should happen to this man's life and what's going on. So I'm asking y'all, do y'all believe that he should be in jail for the rest of his life?
If he's found guilty, yes.
Because this is just from what I
He
hear.
committed murder.
Because the judge, they're going to have different evidence. But from what I heard, it sounds like it's premeditated.
Yes.
For him to leave and come back, I feel like, yeah, if you're going to do some premeditated murder, you had time to think
I
about
think
it.
that
Right.
the way he did it was just so
How he shot him
savage,
6 times, and
savage.
the last time he kicked him in the head
That
and
was
he ran
some
away.
savage,
And
savage
then also
shit.
he was a punk too because once he fired the first 3 and he realized nobody else had a gun, he walked back and then got some more shots in, and then he would kick Nip like in the back of the head after you've already shot him in the head, which shows that it was very personal and premeditated. So with that, I'm
That's
sorry,
just
but
so, like,
you gotta
oh my
serve
God.
that.
They trying to say, and he went to the mental hospital.
Yeah, he tried to
got-
check himself
but
in.
They said he had a history of checking into the mental hospital before any of this happened, so he can kind of plead insanity.
Yeah, he can have a great loophole with that. He could.
Man, so that's what y'all think should happen to him. You know, everybody got their own opinion on what they think.
What do you think should happen to him?
I mean, whatever guy got.
I think
Whatever energy he give out, the energy you should get back. So that's gonna come.
I think that first and foremost,
Right.
that the learning experience from me, and you know, I'm old, so of course I'm gonna say this, but I think the takeaway from a lot of this is that we need to stop romanticizing gang culture.
Yes.
I think
was gonna
that
say
like
too.
we make it seem like,
It's
oh,
cool.
you're in a gang, so you automatically got this protection, and you're just living this life where no one's gonna come for you, and no one's
I
gonna
don't
touch
think
you,
it's-
or
I don't
people
really
can't
think
touch
it's
you.
Just gang culture. I just think it's just that,
Violence, gun culture.
not even gun. The tough culture, like we
Being
like,
hard.
we yelling free our niggas that's in jail.
Right.
Niggas come home, we throwing parties. Niggas go to college, they graduate from college.
Yeah.
They
And
home,
nobody's
home,
there.
ain't really-
And nobody's
So
there.
not gang
Yeah.
culture, but just violent culture. You're saying, like just the whole.
You know,
thing.
some people try to
Because
call it
if-
toxic
even-
masculinity.
yeah.
Some
Oh,
people
that's
use
what
terms like
that's where that came from. Because I
now
started
that's-
seeing that trending.
That's pushing
and
it
I'm
too
like,
far.
What happened?
So
They
after
started
Nip's
toxic.
death,
After that, everyone started blaming toxic masculinity for the
As the
whole
reason
thing.
why he's dead.
And I think they're saying what I'm saying, like the whole gang culture, the tough guy, the gun culture. We need to stop romanticizing it because if it was like people thought it was, mad people would have been shooting back at dude, and the cops wouldn't have gotten him. They would have gotten him first. It's not
But
what
no,
everybody
but
thinks it is.
No. It's rumors that
His family
they
members
knocked out
got
some of his
killed,
family, and
yeah.
that's kind of the reason he kind of turned himself in.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, I don't know how true it is, right? But I
Wow.
heard
They
that
shot up
too.
his girlfriend house. And
Yeah,
all that,
and- yeah, I heard
Wow,
that too.
wow.
I heard that too.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
just
I mean, it's
still,
cra-
like,
hey, it's like I told you, and look, that's my thing. Like at the same time, don't get me wrong. Like when I first found out about it, I was like, he will be dealt with. Don't get that wrong. But at the same time, if you were or if you saw something, I feel like you still have to say something for it. No, I'm saying,
To
all right,
who? Like, who do you need to say something to? Like, that's what I asked y'all about the judge. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
like right now, y'all stated what y'all believe should happen. The judge is going to give another statement on what they believe should happen. The streets believe what they believe in. Everybody
I
is
got
playing
you.
judge. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, it's like whoever we decide that we need to tell is like the judge, like you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's like the judgment is gonna come whatever way it's supposed to.
I
come.
feel it, but at the same time, like you still got to do your part too. Like if this was somebody that you knew, like for instance, if Danny got shot or if you got shot, Jay Black, whoever. If I saw something out of respect for y'all, I feel like I have to step up to the plate and say something. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's to the cops. I don't care if it's to a Crip down the street. I'm going to let it be known because justice has to be served. Like you said, it could be served through different avenues all at the same time. He can get convicted, checked, and while he's in prison, I'm pretty sure on the inside somebody might do something. That's cool with me, but at the end of the day, I got to do by any means necessary to make sure that you get justice.
I agree with you saying. This is Danny Digital for the record.
Danny Digital in the building.
I agree with you saying 100%, and I feel like that's exactly what happened. This is the one time where it was hood-related, gang-related,
Yep.
and the community helped 100%.
Stepped up, yeah.
So I guess the question is, the guys that was there when Nip got shot with Nip, they ran off. Do y'all feel that they should give a statement in court?
There's no need for a statement. Everything was caught on camera.
But
and
did they see
already
him?
wrote-
Because the video I saw, I don't know who that was. I saw a person. I can't
There was multiple videos, but there was a clearer video towards the end. I didn't really want to watch it.
But
because
I mean,
could see what was
I
going on,
saw
but-
a video and I saw everything that happened and I saw a person. Can I say that definitively was the guy they arrested? I can't because I didn't see it. But there's better
The
videos.
community knows who he is.
The community,
Just like-
that's what you're saying. The
just
community
like we
stepped
know
up
who
and
each
said,
other are
right,
in Live Hip Hop Daily.
right,
If I see y'all on
yeah.
camera, I'm like, yeah, that's
That's a part of the
because
family.
I know I'm with you all the time.
So
the
he-
community turned him in ASAP. You know what I mean? And the community tried to handle it themselves ASAP.
Okay, cool.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing you do. Like, if he gets away and the cops get him first, cool. Like, you know what I mean?
It's either that or the streets are gonna get
When
him.
it comes to the court, like somebody speaking up, somebody that saw it speaking up might be the difference of him getting 2 years and 25 years.
Right.
I just think that y'all is like everybody don't have the same rules of judgment that y'all got. So
Of
it's
course.
like, if you telling me that I should step up in court when that's not the way I or me and my people give judgment, then that's not what I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's not how we plan on
Handling it.
handling his. I don't plan on doing that. So some people plan on that, some people won't, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Well, he's in jail
Right.
now. He's got Christopher Darden representing him. Some people are saying that he is a part of a huge government conspiracy, and that's how Christopher Darden got retained. But I think Christopher Darden is doing it just for publicity, honestly.
I think that personally, I feel like his death should be looked at as a stepping stone for us as a community to like
Take on his
legacy,
yeah.
take on his music, all the stuff that he was preaching. I feel like his death should be remembered not on this case. Like we should not be knowing who the bull is that killed him. Like
Right.
All, now
Like,
we
don't
making
even
him
say his
famous,
name,
like,
yeah.
who is bull? He should be the same thing that we doing number 45. Like that should we?
Yeah,
we should
yeah.
Be doing a name like that. We should not be making his name. Like how many times we done said the bull name? Like who is bull? Nobody. That's why
We
that's
are
why-
making it right.
That's what I'm saying. So like, as a people, as a culture, we can make people famous, or we can take people out of the whole picture. So I think
Yeah.
Nip's legacy and all of the things
It's
that
way
he's
bigger
building,
than
That's the things that we should be like,
And that's what
debating,
I've seen
you know what I'm
happening.
saying?
I've seen everybody step up and really represent him. It's crazy.
I want this shit to be long.
Overtime.
Like,
And that's the thing
I
too.
want this shit to keep going.
Okay,
Like,
y'all.
everybody in their feelings right now.
Yeah.
I want this to keep going. Like next year around it, like every March 31st.
Yeah, once a
every
year.
March 31st, we
Once a
celebrate.
year.
Like we celebrate Biggie. Like we celebrate.
No,
Pac.
but-
Like,
No,
it's an
I
everyday
feel
thing,
that,
you
but
feel
you
me?
know, just like designated time.
Even if like what
Yeah.
I plan on doing, just putting the
Marathon continues
and the
everything.
rest of my hashtags.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice,
I feel
and that's
it.
it's gonna be up
I
to
feel it.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
up to y'all. It's gonna be up to y'all,
And
baby.
keep them going.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, right
It's
now.
just a hashtag.
Have y'all
Yeah.
seen the footage of what's going on in LA since it happened?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like this is the first
Everywhere.
time it really
There's been
happened.
candlelight
Like,
vigils in
I
every
mean,
city.
Yeah, every city's doing the candlelight, but LA is having like gangs
huge.
coming
Yeah.
together.
You know,
red,
back
blue,
in the
green,
day that
yellow.
happened
Right.
before, right?
That's what's up.
You know that this happened after I
LA
think
riots, right?
No, before LA riots. LA riots had something to do with the Rodney King verdict.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, in New York, there was a DJ named Scott LaRock who got killed. And that just sent everybody into stop the violence mode. I don't know if you ever heard the song Self-Destruction. That came out with that back in LA when the gangs really got popping, like in the late 80s when people were like, like Boys in the Hood, and it started this movement of expression through movies, through music, NWA, all of them. They had a song, We All in the Same Gang. The gangs have done this before, but there's nothing new under the sun. We continue to do the same thing, right? We send out those positive vibes and the energy shifts.
fades off
and then
over
it
time.
fades off, but we
Yeah.
need to keep it that way. And that's what I mean about romanticizing gang culture. Like, we make it seem like it's so popping to have this like family that's there for you with guns all the time and
You got
money
women.
and women
Yeah.
and cars. Like, it's so much more that comes with that. Like, you dance with the devil, you don't get a chance to say when to stop. You
That's
know what I
real.
mean? Like, people always say it's always when the person's getting their life together that this happens, but karma don't have no expiration date. You feel me? Like, when you put that energy out there, it's gonna come back. It don't mean it could come back later, so late that you're gone and it's gonna affect your children. But as long as we continue to get back to that place, like, automatically, and that's what we're going to talk about next, like, after this positive energy, it hasn't even been a week yet. What happened? Somebody says some ignorant shit, you know what I mean?
Kodak, yeah.
Disrespectful,
Yeah.
and now everybody's coming out with some shit, cursing him out, and now the energy is back negative again, you know what I mean? So what if somebody tries to come for him? Then we're back to that same,
Back to square
you know what I
one.
mean? We're back to square one. So it's like, I saw David Banner came out with a video last night. He was like, yo, everybody, just be quiet and chill and just listen and see who's doing what. Everybody's going to show you who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that's claiming to be a leader and positive energy and all that, it's not real. It's not about what people say. It's about what people do. So you have to pay attention to what everybody starts to do. Should T.I. have come out and handled it that way? I don't think so. Was he wrong? He was very wrong.
One thing about
But
T.I., I like T.I. a lot.
I love
but
him. I understand what he's trying to do, but
doing
it's
too
the
much,
way.
like, we always talk about running the social media. Like, he been running the social media with a lot of these problems. Even with the Wayne, like, it started with Wayne. I said something like, you running the social media. Like, why are you running the social media? Especially when you personally can call these people.
And that's what they're
That's true.
saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
behind closed
Wow.
doors. That's what we were talking about earlier with Steven. Yeah.
This is a platform they respect now. It's a new game. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The platform these young boys respect. So T.I.'s coming to his platform like, oh, you gonna come on, dog.
I see what you're saying.
That's disrespectful. Like T.I. could be some OG and call him shit, but like, you know what I mean?
He
might
just
not
needs
pick
to
up the
let
phone.
people know. Yeah.
Disrespect was publicly, so he's gonna let it be known publicly. I get what T.I. is doing, but at the same time, he's falling into this OG role where he wants to check everybody. Like, oh, I want to check everybody, and this kind of
Gotcha.
making him look like a crab at him. But in the same,
He looked like an old head.
Pimp C was doing that same shit back when Pimp C was
Wow.
alive.
Yeah, remember he
Don't
made that
call the
song?
radio.
Remember
On the
that?
radio.
He made a whole song.
Oh, that monkey ass shit you talking about?
Yeah,
That's
right.
real?
Pimp C
Yeah.
made a whole song, knocking doors down. He's talking about the whole beef between
Wow.
T.I. and who he was beefing with back
that-
then.
that
I think
was
it was
after he got out of jail. He
Right.
Was, you know what I mean? He was
Yeah.
yeah. But before then, Pimp
he
didn't
was
give
a,
fuck. Pimp
and,
did
so-
a
and you
whole
know who
song.
else was like
Wow.
that? Everybody likes to glamorize the image
You gonna
of
say
Pac.
Yeah.
Pac was messy as hell.
And he was emotional.
He
Yeah.
was messy
He
as
was
hell.
very
And if the
emotional.
internet was out back then like it is now, he would have been doing the same thing. Because at the end of the day, he used to troll Biggie and and Puffy and the whole Bad Boy
actor,
crew
you know what I'm
heavy.
saying?